Hello, and welcome to the Hermit Lab. This class is called Classy, Sassy. We'll be moving through a fairly simple sequence right and left, and then sassing it up the second time through. There she is. Hi, Marge. So thank you for joining me here today. We'll be classy and then sassy. Let's get started in child's pose. Yeah, so the idea here is we have a very basic skeleton sequence that we'll try on the right side and then the left side, and then we'll go back and we'll color it in and make it super fancy, both with transitions and amplifications and kind of riffs and what have you. Let's sassify this and come to puppy pose. So slide your chin or your forehead forward, stretch underneath the armpits, and pull your mat away from you if it's within grabbing distance. Awesome. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Let's take tabletop. And wake up the spine a little bit more. Cow pose, flip the tail out, look up. Cat pose, round out chin to chest. Again, inhale, ripple through, look up. And then puff away, round out, get rid of your air. Last one, flip the tail out, look up, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And get acquainted with your first down dog here, pedal out. Shake it out, crack your toes, whatever it is that you need. Make sure you get it. And take a big breath in and out. Okay, we begin here. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open up the hips. Keep the shoulders nice and square. Nice. Re-extend the leg nice and high. Draw the knee underneath the navel, set the shin down. Walk the right hand forward and flip your right foot off the mat behind you. Raise your left arm for a supported side plank here. Reaching through the fingertips and the eyes. Cool. Rewind the left hand back down. Knee lifts up, three-legged dog behind you. Step forward, find warrior one. Spin the back heel down, arms rise, soften in the shoulders. Yeah, so this first round, super basic postures, kind of like we're creating a black and white drawing, and then we'll go through and fill it in. Warrior two, open up, extend the arms away from each other, and soften into your shoulders and your hips. Nice big breaths. Extended side angle, forearm to the thigh, top arm nice and long, overhead, shoulders down. Twist away from the bottom elbow. Rise yourself up to warrior two. And whoop, I almost lost it here. Turn the toes over to the side for wide-legged forward fold. Hands to the back. Tiny softness of the knees, drop down. Get a little halfway lift. Let's take variation A. Walk your hands back between your feet, crown of the head reaching toward the floor. Keep wrapping the elbows in, tractioning your feet down and away to wake up the hams. Halfway lift yourself and go pivot to lizard on the inside of your right foot. Sink the knee. You can choose to point or keep the toes tucked and keep the arms straight as you start to slowly Allow the hips to drop down. Re-engage the back leg and take as many steps as you need. Top of your mat, halfway lift, forward fold. Soften your knees, rise all the way up, tall mountain, reach high. Gather your hands to your heart, right knee up into your chest, and take a simple tree. I went for the inner thigh, hands back to heart center. Letting the hands kind of mimic what's going on beneath you, foot into leg, leg into foot, hand into hand. Simple line from bottom heel through the crown of the head. Right knee back up, and then cross the right foot over the left. Find your footing beneath you. Raise your arms up high. Soften your knees carefully. Take a forward fold here with your legs tangled up. Catch a halfway lift. Plant your hands, let your left leg step back, and then three-legged dog behind you, right leg high. Resting half pigeon. Come on forward. Right knee down. Use your back foot to get a little more length behind you. Take a breath to lift your chest. And then help yourself forward. Just a few rounds of breath here. So enjoy them. Yeah, no fuss. Walk your hands back in, lift your chest up. Fall to your right hip, invite your left leg forward for Janu Shirshasana. Inhale the arms up, little spiral over the straight leg, and down you dive. Square up and fold over. Inhale, look forward and rise yourself up. Cross your right foot over the thigh and then gather up your left leg underneath you. We'll take a seated twist here. Hug the knee and spin over your right shoulder. And we'll untangle back to the top of the mat. Reach behind you over the left and you'll spin around to a little rag doll facing the back of your mat. Halfway lift, look forward, and go on a really simple walk, hands and feet to the back of your mat. Halfway lift, this is the right side, so we'll go over the right shoulder, lift your heels, pivot yourself around, so now we have the legs tangled up again, right leg over the left. Take a bow. Halfway lift. Lean forward, plant the hands, and simply untangle the feet, Malasana squat. This is kind of like the period at the end of the sentence. Hands at your heart. Yeah, shake out what you need. Very cool. Forward fold, spin the toes forward, and walk yourself out to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Let's try on the left side. Left leg high. Bend, stack, and open the hips. Try to keep your shoulders square. Pretty basic here. Re-extend the leg up behind you. Set the knee underneath the navel. Walk the left hand forward and swing the left foot off your mat for a supported side plank. Press up away from the floor for the top fingertips. Two hands plant back down, pick up the left knee, hoop, and send it all the way back behind you, three-legged dog. And step forward, find your warrior one feet, strong legs, and rise the arms up. Soften the shoulders down. Yeah, just a chance to be simple and clear with your alignment, your technique. Open up warrior two, a change of the hips. Extended side angle, come on forward, forearm to your thigh, top arm overhead, shoulders down and spiral away from your bottom arm. Really feeling that long line of energy, foot to fingers. Back through warrior two to rise yourself up. I was okay this time. Turn the toes to the other side. Let's catch Prasarita C variation. Clasp your hands behind you. Soften the knees as you dive down. Taking a bind this time. And if laced fingers aren't working for you, find something different, of course. Elbows or even ditching the bind altogether. Carefully release whatever you have to a halfway lift. And then we'll go walk over to the left for a little lizard action on the left side. I went for straight arms, soften the back knee. Kind of keeping the chest lifted, letting this just be about a deeper compression in the left hip and an opening of the right. Re-engage the back leg and then work your way forward, top of your mat, halfway lift. And soften and fold. Rise yourself all the way up to stand, tall mountain. Hands to your heart. We'll take tree on the left. Left knee rises. You can assist the foot to a landing spot and keep it simple. Find that one drishti and breathe. Left knee back into the chest and then cross it over. Find your footing, arms reach down, out, and up. And then soften your knees for a fold here with a little crisscross leg. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, your right leg escapes back behind you. If you're a little bit off your mat, no worries. Three-legged dog, left leg high. And then we come forward, resting half pigeon for a few breaths. Walk your back leg long. Feel free to stay up tall or help yourself forward. Walk your hands back in, lift the chest up, and then invite your back leg around forward, recreating the tree legs for Janushirshasana. Dive over your right leg. Feeling that nice release down the leg and over the back, full back body. Look forward and come on up. We'll cross the left foot over the right thigh and then gather the right leg underneath us. We'll take a seated twist over the left shoulder. Whether you hug the knee or cactus, doesn't really matter. Just sit up tall and spin the nose around you. And to get out of here, we'll spin all the way around, reach the arms forward, back behind you, untangle to another forward fold. Halfway lift, look toward the back of your mat, and again, go on just a little walk, hands and feet. Halfway lift when you get there. Left side, left shoulder, pivot around, and up with your left leg on top of your right, back toward the top of the mat. Halfway lift, plant your hands, lean forward, and just change your feet to Malasana. Hands at your heart. Well done. That was our classy sequence. And now we make it sassy. All right. Find your way to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Let it go. All right, here we go. Send your right leg high, bend and wrap it around you. And this time we'll flip dog. Up and over. Right arm rises. And let's take the back of the head in the hand and pop your heels. Lift from the ground up. Look back down, come back to three-legged dog. Here's a little sassy side plank. Knee comes into your chest, cross the leg over and slide it down the outside of the left leg. Left arm rises up and overhead, so your legs are kind of braiding together, and now we have this huge side body stretch. I don't know, it feels kind of sexy to me. Come back and untangle the knee, raise it behind you, three-legged dog. Step forward, warrior one. Inhale the arms up. Let's keep moving. Big swim forward to dramatically clasp your hands behind you. Lift the chest up. Humble warrior, down you dive on the inside of the knee. That kind of peppering up in between postures. Getting creative with some transitions. As you rise back up through warrior one, turn the back toes out, sit back on your left leg for Skandasana, surfer squat. Crawl your way forward and open up warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Extended side angle, hand to the floor, top arm overhead. And join me for a half bind. Left arm around your back, full bind, right arm underneath. Grabbing for wrist or fingers. Stay here or step the back leg forward and pick it up, bird of paradise. Starting with a bent leg. And once you're stable and steady, begin to straighten the top leg as well. Yeah, big toe beneath you, super helpful. And come back down from whence you came, right foot down, keep the bind, step your left foot back, bound side angle, and untangle, rise up, turn the toes over to the left, and wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift. And feel free to invert here. I went tripod headstand since I was prepared for it. Straddle the legs out, and you can get funky with it. I took the little seaweed leg side to side. That's always a nice one for foot articulation and side body articulation. We'll meet 2 feet back on the floor, halfway lift. Pivot toward lizard on the inside of the right foot. We'll add a little twist here. So heel toe your right foot off the mat. Right arm reaches back for the foot. If you get it, first give it a big kick back to open the shoulder. Super drama. And stay there if you like it, or start to now pull the foot toward the butt to get a big deep quad stretch. Gently let that go. Right arm back up and forward. Support the right foot back in between the hands and adding on a little fluff here. Standing splits, top of your mat. Dive down over your right leg. Yeah, hug it deep. Look for the foot above you. Keep the leg lifted. Halfway lift the upper body. Change to half moon. Hand can go hip, shoulder, or ceiling, flexing through the back leg now, and you can further sassify this, going for chapasana, sugarcane. Reach for the foot, keep falling backwards, and kick. Forward fold. Halfway lift, and we'll add in padangustasana here. Scoop up the big toes, forward fold, soften out the knees. Yeah, shake it out if that feels good. Soften your knees, think halfway lift, left hand to the hip, stand up and bring your right toes with you for Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, just as a transition. Leg long and open it out to the side. And coming into fancy tree here, half lotus. Cradle the foot from underneath with the left hand, foot toward the groin, let the knee fall down. Keep a hold onto the foot, send your right arm up, and then tap yourself on the back. Lean into the arm, kind of mirroring what your leg is doing. A brief moment here, change the grip on your foot, hold onto the outer edge, extend it forward, right arm back, and then from there, right foot crosses over. You dive down, forward fold. There's that tangled up fold again. Halfway lift. Plant the hand, step your left foot back for a brief lunge to send right leg high behind you, three-legged dog. Set up your pigeon, right knee forward. And this time stay lifted in the chest and go for the foot behind you. We're prepared for this. We got this little stretch in the lizard. Going for mermaid, foot in the crook of the elbow, reach back for the hand. Feel free to stick with this or grab onto the foot if it's there with your right hand. Untangle the left arm, reach up and back, king pigeon. Without slingshotting, carefully release. And then swing your left leg forward. We'll recreate here the half lotus. I like to take a little twist here first, left hand to the knee, and then from there you can grab behind. Right hand will find the foot. Left hand reaches forward for your left foot. Fold. Half bound, half lotus, forward fold. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana, I believe. Look forward and rise up. Cross the right foot over and tangle the left leg underneath you for the same seated twist, or plant your hands, pick yourself up. Use both elbows to kind of fall over and pick up the twisted legs with you. Kind of side crow with eagle legs situation. And then just put the shape back down. Nice. Untangle over again. Spin around to a little ragdoll at the back, at the front of your mat, facing the back. Halfway lift. This time, plant the hands, lift the heels, lean forward, and. Plant the hands, lift the heels, lean forward, and. One more time. Lean forward and catch yourself. Good. Halfway lift. Spin around the right shoulder. Fold with your right foot on top. I challenged the balance here and took a shoulder rinse, hands clasped behind. Gently release the bind, halfway lift. Find maybe a slower, more controlled way to Malasana squat. Let's take a bind around the right knee. Twist and look up over the left shoulder. And gently release, pass your way over to the left, internally rotating the arms to spin away, now gazing over the right. And come back to center. And now we get to do it on the left. Meet me in downward facing dog. Killing it. Breath in. Breath out. Okay. Left leg rises, bends and opens, flip dog, up and over. Raise the hips, reach through the top hand, and then support the back of the head. Pop the heels and open up maximum. Look back down, three-legged dog. And then here comes that sassy side plank, knee into chest, and then cross it over, slide it down the left leg. Or is that your right leg? Right arm rises, reach long, bend your body sideways, dare to take the gaze up. Look down, two hands down, left knee in and back up behind you, three-legged dog. Warrior one, step through, inhale the arms up, and then big dramatic swim forward to catch the knuckles behind you, knuckles down, hard up, lift, dive down, humble warrior. Trust your feet and your legs to support you. Rise and release back up through warrior one. Turn the back toes out, sink into a little surfer squat at the back of your mat. Taking this kind of stretch as you need, a little pit stop. Help yourself forward. Circle it up through warrior two and land. Big flip and reverse back dive. Extended side angle, come on forward. I went straight hand to the floor. Here's a half bind, right arm around the back. Full bind, left arm underneath. Stick with this or join me bird of paradise, stepping back foot forward. Go slow. Pick the bound leg up. Let it stay bent or start to straighten it out beside you. Rewind, left foot down, scoochie the right foot back, stick that bound side angle, and then rise back up through warrior two. Turn over to the other side. This time I took some straddle handstand hops. Your feet are already in a straddle. Plant the hands, a little jump, raise the legs, and go back down. Nice. Maybe catch some hang time. I took the same seaweed legs up here. I was like, well, I'm here. We meet. Feet back on the floor. Halfway lift. Lizard yourself over to the left. And here comes a twist with the quad stretch. Work the left foot a little bit off the mat. Sweep left arm forward, up and back. Catch the foot. Give it a big kick first. Open, open, open. And that might feel so good you don't want to go anywhere else. Or start to pull the foot toward the butt, getting us prepared for that pigeon later. Gently release. 2 hands back down. Activate your lunge here. Scoot your foot in the center of your hands, and then whoop, down you dive. Standing splits. Just inserting a few more balances in this transition here. Hug it deep. Keep it rising. Halfway lift the upper body. Change to half moon. Foot flexes. Hand to hip or shoulder to help it stack, and then rise up. And let your back leg surprise you. Keeps lifting. Maybe you bend it. You go for the foot. You recreate Chapasana on this side. Open, open, open. And then close it, forward fold. Halfway lift. And take Padangustasana again. Scoop up your toes. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it, check it, check it. Halfway lift, right hand to your hip. Now stand up and bring your left leg with you for Utthita. Just inserting postures on our way to our fancy tree. Take your leg out to the side. And then start to bend the knee, pull it in. Grab the foot from underneath. Foot toward the hip crease, knee down. Keep a hold on to it. Send your left arm high. Reach back, tap yourself on the back. Helpful for the mermaid grip that we'll find in half pigeon. Swivel the hand around, find the outer edge of the foot for a momentary revolve, Utthita, and then gently place the foot up and over the right ankle. Swan dive, forward fold over your crisscrossed legs. Catch a halfway lift, plant your hands, send your right leg back behind you so you can lift up left leg high, 3-legged dog. Bring the knee forward for half pigeon. Walk the leg long, keep the chest lifted. Right arm goes for the back foot. Working our way toward mermaid, foot in the crook of the elbow. Left arm up and behind, find the fingers. Stick with this, or try to get the hand to find the foot. Slowly untangle the right arm, reach it up and back, and there you have a little bridge from your wrist and your hand down to your toe again. It's just a way to kind of bypass the flip grip. And without slingshotting, gently release the foot. Good. Swing your right leg around. Here's half lotus again. Helpful to get a little twist first, right hand to the knee, spin around, and then maybe that little bind right there is a bit more accessible. Keep the bind, spin back forward, and fold over the right leg. Letting our standing situation reflect the seated situation, half lotus, half lotus. Nice look forward and rise yourself up. Release your bind. Cross the foot over and tangle the right leg up. For seated twist, or you'll see my legs a little bit better on this side. Kind of go up and over, plant your hands, use your elbows and lift the crossed legs. And then I kind of went the little extra mile and rewrap them again for kind of eagle legs. Yeah, just a fun way to pick up the twist. And then help yourself back down. Keep untangling, spin around to your forward fold at the top of your mat, facing the back of your mat. And this time look forward, Clap your hands. Smack the floor. Clap your feet. Boom. We're traveling. Clap your hands. Smack the floor. Clap your feet. Whoop. Almost lost it. One more. Clap your hands. Smack the floor. Clap your feet. And halfway lift. Left side, left shoulder. Spin around. Tangle the legs up again. And fold. If you'd like to try the shoulder rinse again to challenge your balance here, go for it. Release the bind, halfway lift, plant your hands. It's almost like we're kind of untangling to Malasana via a little puppy press moment. And back down. We have to sass up this last Malasana squat, so send the arms out, turn the thumbs down, backs of the hands to the back, work the elbows on the inside of the knees, kind of this broken chicken wing, using our body to stretch those sticky spots in the shoulder blades. Melt this forward fold, spin the toes forward. Halfway lift, crawl yourself out. Down dog. Breathe in. Let it go. Glide forward through a high plank, spin your knees over to one side, come all the way down, lay on your back. That's it. You're welcome to take a classy Shavasana right here. Arms falling down and away, legs falling down and away. Or if you want to make it sassy, help yourself to a wall. Send your legs up. Find a comfortable place. Hands at the belly, or maybe behind the head like you're stargazing. And enjoy your rest. Shavasana. Start to bring a little bit of movement back wherever you are. That just makes sense. Let's pit stop through a fetal position over on one side to help us up to a comfortable seat. Gather your hands at heart center. Take a classy breath in. Back out through the nose. For a sassy breath, breathe in. Lion's breath, exhale, tongue out. Thumb knuckles to third eye center. Acknowledge your classy and your sassy self. And take a bow. Thank you so much. That was so fun. Stay classy and sassy, my friends. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Bye.